It is Gigi Berardi, and I am reading just a few paragraphs tonight from FoodWISE. They're two of my favorite paragraphs. I often read them at book signings, so I'm happy to share them with you. They're the last few paragraphs right before the next section called Whole While Growing. In a sense, the theme is sheep. And if you can't raise your own sheep, you can watch a video of sheep. And there is an article, a link to a New York Times piece that offers 6 hours of viewing. And the reporter talks about why that became important. The trick here is to stop, think, then act. Consider all the factors in play and make your decision from there. For me, local pasture-raised dairy is a priority due to the favorable fatty acid profile and the ordinary animal behavior of cows grazing. But I don't just drink my milk straight. I'm a cheese maker after all. And I still consider fermented foods such as yogurt, cheese, and sauerkraut to be whole foods. Natural processes of fermentation are everywhere. Milk wants to be cheese and sour cream. It starts to sour soon after it exits the animal, unless properly refrigerated and handled. Cultures, although not essential in fresh milk, aid the transformation. That is the origin story of cheese, probably discovered millennia ago by some traveler in the Middle East who set off for the day carrying milk in the handy container of a calf or sheep's stomach, and found at the end of her journey that it had turned into something quite different and quite tasty, curdled into the beginning of cheese by the rennet coagulant naturally in the animal's stomach. No mountains mined, no massive transport vehicles needed, like we talked about for the production of Twinkies, to make the delicious food. Making cheese this way just means helping milk do its thing. That's the kind of processing I can get behind as a FoodWISE consumer, and as a cheesemaker I do in the springtime almost every day. So I have 4 sheep in my micro dairy, and I have been milking them since Monday. So Monday, April 13th. And I get about a half gallon from 2 of the sheep and about a quarter of a gallon a quart from the other 2 sheep. And I make cheese. But right now the milk is being refrigerated, and I'll probably make cheese for the first time tomorrow or the next day. So there is something very relaxing about watching sheep graze, and something very calming. And this is discussed in the New York Times article that I have a link to. And there's a link there to a sheep grazing video. And on a more serious note, I have a few other links for you on what's projected to happen with universities with college enrollment in the fall. And already in many places across the United States, the deadline has been extended this spring for acceptance into colleges and universities. And one of the articles talks about how even students who are getting into their top tier college or university and they're getting scholarships are choosing to go to a community college or a 4-year institution closer to home in this time of uncertainty. And the article talks about why that is so.